There are moments in life when the silence feels heavier than words. Moments when you kneel down to pray, but the heavens feel still. Moments when you pour your heart out, asking for guidance, asking for clarity. Yet the only answer is the echo of your own breathing in the quiet room. And in that silence, your mind begins to whisper things you wish you couldn't hear. Maybe God forgot me. Maybe my prayers don't matter. Maybe I'm just talking to the sky. But what if the silence isn't a sign of absence? What if the quiet is the sound of something being built? Something being aligned? Something being prepared behind the scenes of your life? Something meant for you? Shaped for you? Timed perfectly for you? What if the silence is evidence of construction? This message is for anyone who feels stuck between who they were and who they're supposed to become. For the person who wakes up each day trying their best, yet nothing seems to shift. For the one who has cried quietly in the shower, silently in their car, or softly into their pillow at night. For the person whose heart is tired, whose spirit is stretched, and whose hope is running on low. The silence you hear is not a sign that God has walked away. It's a sign that God is working on something bigger than you understand. Think of every moment in your life when things seem to fall apart. Did they really fall apart? Or did they fall into place? You may not have recognized it then, but look at you now. You survived things you thought would break you. You overcame battles you never expected to fight. You outgrew situations you once begged God to let you keep. And every time you thought the silence meant you were forgotten, you later saw that God was preparing you, shaping you, strengthening you, and positioning you for a future you couldn't see. But right now, standing in the middle of this quiet season, I know how difficult it feels. It feels like waiting in a dark room with no clock, unsure when the door will open. It feels like you're suspended between chapters. One closed behind you, but the next hasn't begun. And maybe you're tired. Tired of being strong. Tired of pretending you're okay. Tired of telling people I'm fine when your soul is exhausted. But listen closely. Silence does not mean inactivity. Silence means something is developing beneath the surface of your life. A seed spends months hidden underground before it breaks through the soil. A child develops in silence long before it takes its first breath. A story is written long before anyone reads the first page. Everything extraordinary begins unseen. Imagine this. A builder doesn't reveal a home when it's half finished. A painter doesn't hang a canvas while the colors are still wet. A sculptor doesn't unveil the statue when it's only a block of stone. God is the same way. He will not reveal what He's building for you until it's ready. And He will not reveal what He's building in you until you're ready. That is why the silence is sacred. You may not see progress. You may not feel movement. But something is shifting. Something is aligning. Something is forming within the quiet spaces of your life. Let me tell you a story. There was a woman who prayed for years for God to change her life. She asked for direction, opportunity, healing, and peace. But life stayed the same. Every morning she woke up and asked, "Why won't you speak to me?" And every night she whispered, "What am I doing wrong?" One day she was walking home from work, tired and drained, and she said out loud, "God, why are you silent?" And in the stillness of her heart, she felt something she had never felt before. Not words, not instructions, but a calm realization. She realized that during the years of silence, she became stronger. She became wiser. She learned patience. She learned resilience. She unlearned habits that were holding her back. She walked away from people who weren't meant for her future. She grew in ways she didn't recognize. The silence wasn't punishment. It was preparation. She wasn't stuck. She was being shaped. And when the right door finally opened, it opened wide, so wide that she knew instantly, no human could have done this, only God. That story might be yours. You just haven't reached that chapter yet. So let's go deeper. There is a silence that is actually full of things you cannot see, full of answers being orchestrated, full of timing being arranged, full of protection you don't yet understand. Sometimes God withholds the answer because the wrong people are still in your life. Sometimes He delays because your character needs strengthening before your blessing arrives. Sometimes He holds back because what you asked for is still too small for who you're becoming. Sometimes He is silent because if He revealed everything now, you would run ahead unprepared. God's silence is not a stop sign. It's a strategy. Think about every moment when you felt delayed. Think about every time you thought, this is taking too long. Think about every season where you thought, maybe this isn't meant for me. But what if the delay is divine timing? What if the waiting is the shaping? What if the quiet is the lesson? What if the silence is the signal that your breakthrough is closer than it has ever been? Imagine standing in front of a door you've been knocking on for years. And imagine that behind this door, God is arranging the final details. The right connections, the right opportunities, the right timing, the right version of you. And when He's done, the door flies open. Not halfway, not barely, but fully, effortlessly, undeniably. And in that moment you will say, now I understand why the silence lasted so long. It was never rejection. It was reconstruction. Let's push deeper. There are 3 kinds of divine silence. First, the silence of protection. When God is blocking what you think you want because it would hurt you later. Second, the silence of preparation. When God is strengthening the foundation of your life because what's coming next is heavy. Third, the silence of positioning. When God is moving you into the right place, the right mindset, the right season, you are not behind. You are being prepared. Everything you are going through is part of the plan, even the quiet parts. So if you're in that silent season right now, if you feel like your prayers are bouncing off the ceiling, if every part of you wants to give up, hold on. You're closer than you think. Your future is not paused. Your future is in progress. Actively, quietly, powerfully, in progress. One day, the silence will make sense. One day, the pieces will come together. One day, you will look back and say, God wasn't quiet. He was working. So stay patient, stay steady, stay faithful, keep going, keep believing, keep trusting, even when it's quiet, especially when it's quiet, because the silence you're hearing right now is the sound of God building your future. And when it finally arrives, you won't just be grateful. You'll be transformed.